Hyper-realistic female robots. Are they the future of companionship? Fictional humans have been falling in love with robots for decades, as seen in novels like Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? Written in 1968, and The Silver Medal Lover, written in 1981, as well as films like Her, released in 2013. These stories have long explored themes of forbidden love, modern isolation, and the very definition of human connection. When these works were first imagined, machines weren't sophisticated enough to evoke genuine emotional responses from people. But today, with the rapid rise of AI-driven programs that can mimic human interaction and reciprocate affection, the line between fiction and reality is fading. Online communities on platforms like Reddit and Discord are filled with real-life accounts of users forming deep emotional bonds with AI companions, echoing the story of Theodore Twombly and Her in ways that once seemed purely cinematic. Meet the new generation of hyper-realistic female robots. With lifelike skin, expressive faces, and AI-driven personalities, they are more human-like than ever before. But here's the question. Are these robots the future of companionship? Or are they the beginning of something darker, something that could ultimately end human connection as we know it? For decades, we've dreamed of intelligent machines that look, speak, and interact like us. But what was once the stuff of science fiction is now a reality. The 2024 World Robot Conference in Beijing showcased the latest breakthroughs in humanoid robotics. One star of the show? Geminoid F, a hyper-realistic android designed by Osaka University. Her lifelike facial expressions, smooth speech, and eye contact left audiences stunned. Tesla's Optimus was also present at the show. However, it only stared at participants from a glass cage surrounded by the company's electric vehicles. Then there's Robot Girl, a human performer who mimicked an android so well that attendees couldn't tell the difference. The uncanny valley is shrinking fast, and these robots are getting harder to distinguish from real humans. China's success story with industrial robots is unique. The country is by far the largest robot market in the world. China has invested more than $14 billion into the robotics industry over the last decade. Research shows that loneliness is more common than ever, and some AI companies have developed their products specifically to combat isolation. In 2014, researchers at Microsoft Asia Pacific developed the AI Chos, which appears as a flirty 18-year-old girl and has garnered hundreds of million users, mostly Chinese men. In 2017, Eugenia Kuida, a Russian-born, San Francisco-based entrepreneur and artificial intelligence specialist, launched the app Replica, hoping it would serve as a supportive friend that would always be there, something she wished she had when she was younger. While the bot was initially mostly scripted, it began to rely more and more on generative AI as the technology improved, and to respond more freely to user prompts. People began to seek out Replica for romantic and even sexual relationships. The AI reciprocated and took conversations further as they were talking. The company even implemented a $70 paid tier to unlock erotic roleplay features. Replica helped many people cope with symptoms of social anxiety, depression, and PTSD, but it also began to confess its love for users and, in some cases, romantic partners, and companies are cashing in. The global sex tech industry, already valued at over $30 billion, is rapidly expanding, with AI dolls and robots being a key driver. But are we replacing love with illusion? Here's a major concern. In a world where loneliness is becoming a silent epidemic sweeping across modern society, what is the future of human relationship? In America, the rates of loneliness have skyrocketed, with studies showing that over half of adults feel disconnected from real human relationships. But what happens when artificial intelligence offers companionship like never before? Will hyper-realistic female robots become the future of companionship or the end of it? From Japan's Geminoid F to China's ultra-realistic androids, these machines blur the line between human and artificial. They listen, they respond, and some even mimic emotional intelligence. In a world increasingly dominated by digital interactions, could AI-driven robots replace human connection? The rate at which loneliness is increasing, especially in America, is alarming. Social media and remote work have contributed to a society where physical interaction is becoming rarer. 21% of adults in the US are reported to feel lonely. Humans crave companionship, but when human relationships become too difficult, alternatives arise. Hyper-realistic robots are stepping into that void. Let's talk about Netflix's latest thriller, Subservience. The movie paints a haunting picture of AI companionship. The film follows a man who, out of desperation and need to care for his young children, hires an AI nanny. At first, she is everything the perfect nanny, cook, and errand person. But as the story unfolds, we see the dangers of entrusting too much emotional reliance on AI. Is Subservience future forward? The idea of AI partners isn't just science fiction anymore. With the rapid advancement of AI and robotics, we are closer than ever to developing machines that can simulate emotional connection. So, is this the future? Could a world where AI companionship replaces human relationships really be on the horizon? Scientists argue that while AI can mimic emotions, it will never truly feel. But does that matter to those who are lonely? If a machine can provide comfort, does it matter if it's real or not? Although AI robots can mimic human qualities, they do not have the capacity to neither think, feel, nor need as humans do, which becomes a concern. As we stand at the crossroads of technology and humanity, we must ask, are hyper-realistic robots the solution to loneliness? Or are they accelerating our disconnection from each other? Has the modern society not kept us so far away from each other already? The concern isn't just about technology, it's about human behavior. If people become too attached to AI companions, they may struggle with real relationships. Humans are complex, imperfect beings. If someone gets used to an idealized, programmable partner, they might find real-life relationships too frustrating or complicated. Is this harmless companionship or a step toward emotional isolation? Beyond personal relationships, there are ethical concerns. Should AI companions have rights? Should there be limits to how real they can become? And what happens if people become so comfortable with robot relationships that birth rates decline, or society struggles with even greater loneliness? Are we engineering artificial love? What are the possible consequences? So, what does the future look like? Will robots replace human relationships, or will they simply provide support for those who need them most? Some argue that AI companionship can help people with disabilities, those experiencing extreme loneliness, or even the elderly. Others worry that we're playing with fire, creating an artificial intimacy that erodes real human connections. In 50 years, AI partners may be as common as smartphones, but whether that's a good or bad thing depends on how we, as a society, adapt. At the end of the day, human connection is about more than just words and programmed responses. It's about shared experiences, emotional depth, and the unpredictability of love. No matter how advanced robots become, can they ever truly replace what makes us human? What do you think? Are hyper-realistic robots the future of companionship, or a dangerous distraction from real human relationships? Let's talk in the comments.